The heat is on, and so are the cooling stations across Anniston.
The heat remains on high across East Alabama, and that setting is going to stay there for a while. We'll have the complete forecast coming up.
Coming up in sports, we'll continue previewing high school football teams. We'll go up to Etowah County and check in with one of our local teams. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Good evening, and thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News for Thursday, July 27th, 2023. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham.
In response to the intense heat forecast for this weekend, the city of Anniston and its partners will be opening the United Way cooling station at the bridge every day, at least through Sunday. That facility will be open from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. beginning Friday, each time the temperature is over 90 degrees. The bridge is located behind Anniston First United Methodist Church at 1400 Noble Street. The cooling station at the bridge has been made possible by United Way of East Central Alabama, in partnership with the Anniston First United Methodist Church and His Hands and Feet Ministries. If, as expected, the heat wave continues into next week, 2 more cooling stations will be available in downtown Anniston. The first is Interfaith Ministries of Calhoun County at 1431 Gurney Avenue, which is open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. each Monday through Thursday. The other is The Right Place at 105 West 15th Street, which is open from 1:30 p.m. until 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. For more information on other community resources, please contact the local United Way at their 24/7 helpline by dialing 211.
And John Holder will be joining us later on this newscast to tell us how long we can expect these dangerously high temperatures to remain around East Alabama. When we return, we'll tell you about a fundraising campaign to help an Anniston police officer and his family who suffered loss in a recent house fire.
Well, my name is Mike Craven, and we recently purchased an open carport, metal carport from Waldrop Manufacturing. I have an extra car. We have a very small home, very small driveway, and I needed somewhere just to park another vehicle, just out of the weather. And I had been told by 2 or 3 friends that knew we had recently remodeled a home that Waldrops were the people that you need to go talk to. I was in that area one day and I thought, hey, I'll just stop in, and I did without calling, and greeted warmly, well taken care of. It was just, really the whole process was just good from day one.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
A GoFundMe account has been set up this week to help the family of Anniston police investigator Christopher Cunningham, who lost most of their possessions in a recent house fire. Friends of the Cunningham family say they returned home from a day out to find their home burning, and now they're having to start all over. Cunningham and his wife have 5 children. The account has already raised more than half of its $10,000 goal. Donations are being accepted at the GoFundMe account that was set up by Alan George.
The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency is warning the public of an increase in the trafficking of fentanyl mixed with xylazine, a deadly combination that has already injured 1 state trooper who came in contact with a user of the drugs. Xylazine, also known as Trank, is a powerful sedative approved for veterinary use that can be mixed with other drugs, including cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. ALEA Secretary Hal Taylor said Senior Trooper Charles May came in contact with an individual who was exposed to fentanyl mixed with xylazine earlier this summer and has suffered health-related issues since the incident occurred. You can find out more about this deadly drug mixture at the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's website, DEA.gov.
And when we come back, we'll tell you what's happening on Noble Street this Friday night.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Downtown Anniston will host this week's Fourth Friday Makers Market tomorrow evening at the new Noble Street Park at the intersection of 11th and Noble Streets. The market will feature craft and artisan vendors along with live music. Along 11th Street, you'll be able to find more vendors, food trucks, and a free kids zone. Thanks to the city's new Downtown Anniston Arts and Entertainment District rules, adults will be allowed to buy beverages from participating bars and restaurants and then bring those along to other Fourth Friday activities. The program starts at 6 p.m. It goes until 9 p.m. It will also feature a scavenger hunt organized by Main Street Anniston. Participants can get a scavenger card at the Main Street tent, then return the completed card by 9 p.m. for a chance to win a prize basket donated by Old Noble, which is opening soon at 1026 Noble Street.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun for Fourth Friday, but I do believe we're going to have some pretty intense heat.
What word were you calling it today?
Oppressive. The word is oppressive.
And that is probably as good a definition as I've heard. Oppressive heat. But let's go to John Holder, who's standing by in the EAN Weather Center, to find out how long this oppressive heat is going to be with us.
Mike and Katie, there just is no end in sight to the heat across East Alabama. We do not see anything but mid to upper 90s in the forecast. We'll detail those numbers coming up next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
A scorcher today across East Alabama, 97 degrees for the high. I don't think there was any kind of shower or thunderstorm activity out there. Just plenty of sunshine and heat, well above average for this time of year. Nighttime low this morning, 69, and we were close to a record high today. The record high for today, 100 degrees, only 3 degrees away from that. The record low at 57. We're not going to see anything like that until probably October. Sunrise and sunset times. The days are getting a little bit shorter, obviously, by about 2 minutes per day. The sunrise tomorrow at 5:53. And the sun setting tonight at 7:47. Weather on your street going to take you out to Amberwood Drive in Golden Springs, the Amberwood neighborhood, and we're looking at heat throughout the evening. This is one of those deals where last night at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, it was 83 degrees. So the 73 degree low, that doesn't come until the wee hours of the morning close to sunrise. For the evening hours, the heat remains with us all the way through most of the evening hours. We don't see anything cooling down tonight over in Amberwood and Golden Springs until probably after about 10 o'clock tonight. On your Friday, the heat is going to remain with us, sizzling. There is a tiny chance of a shower, maybe a 5 to 10% chance of rain tomorrow out on Brutonville Road in Alexandria. But out in the Alexandria Valley, it's going to be a day just like today. Total sunshine, 97 for the high tomorrow. Heat index values are going to be around 106 out in Alexandria on Brutonville Road on your Friday. And the weekend, It's just not going to change. If anything, temperatures might be a degree or two hotter tomorrow. We're talking about intense heat for the weekend. Sunlight Lane in East Tavoga, the sunlight will be maximum. We'll talk about those UV indexes in just a moment. But again, more 90s for the weekend, 96 to 98 degrees for the highs on your backyard thermometers. Intense heat in East Tavoga and everywhere in Calhoun and Cleveland counties coming for the weekend. The 7-day forecast, lots of sunshine, only a 20% chance of a shower Saturday and Sunday. We might see a couple of pop-up storms both of those afternoons, but look at those high temperatures, 95 to 97 degrees, nighttime lows in the low 70s. Again, that doesn't come until the wee hours of the morning. And then we take a look at next week. More of the same. Dry days coming up for the balance of the week. Temperatures remain in the mid to upper 90s. And look at by next Thursday, we could be flirting with 100 degrees, 98 for the high, with just a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. More of the same for the next week to 10 days. We told you yesterday about the UV index. Today, that UV index was at 10. And again, that is very high. That is extremely high. And we're going to show you tomorrow kind of breaking down how things are hour by hour, but 10 o'clock in the morning until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that is the prime time where you really want to be out of the sunshine. That's the danger zone. So again, heat index, or we should say UV indexes, are going to remain in the double digits as we move through the next several days. Coming up in sports, high school football talk continues with Chase Robinson. Hokes Bluff High School football today. Chase?
Thanks, John. We are under 30 days before the start of the high school football season and really just over a week before teams hit the field for practice. And one of those East Alabama teams looking forward to the 2023 season is the Hokes Bluff Eagles. We had a chance to catch up with Hokes Bluff at Etowah County Media Day. The Eagles coming off of a 4-6 season, finishing 5th in a tough 3A Region 6. The Eagles lost some guys to graduation from last year, including their starting quarterback, but bring back a lot of experience with guys who've been on the field in their freshman and sophomore seasons.
Although we only have 9 seniors with 61 players, you'd think, well, we're rebuilding. But actually, I don't feel that way because of the juniors and sophomores having to play the last 2 years, 3 years. These 2 guys played as sophomores. So excited about that. You know, we lost our quarterback. We feel like we got a good replacement there. We kind of got a battle going on a little bit like Alabama, but both those guys will be on the field. Bryce Whitaker and Anderson Morgan, both exceptional athletes. And so, but we feel like we've got some players back that are going to be good leaders. They got good work ethic. They're very loyal to Hokes Bluff.
Coach Mike Robertson enters his 28th year as the head coach of the Eagles. During the spring, Coach Rob was inducted into the Alabama High School Sports Hall of Fame. He talks about what gives him the drive to keep wanting to coach.
These guys, I really do enjoy it. We had a short workout and went out on field, did a little bit last night, and I came home and my wife said I was in a good mood. She asked me what's going on. I said, I just being around the guys, you know, just see their faces, seeing them enjoy the game. And I think I guess I'm doing, I think, a halfway good job in that kids still want to play for me as the head coach. They don't really play for me. They play for the school, and they hear that a lot. But in this situation, I just say I enjoy. I think I'm making a difference. And one of the things that, you know, the Hall of Fame this year was a big deal for me at the state. And one of the questions that got me teary-eyed was asking about former players. And Danny Payne told me that I would enjoy that later on. The players coming back, played for me 20 years ago. Hey, Coach, thanks for what you did. I didn't have a dad. You made a difference in my life.
The Hokes Bluff Eagles will open up their season on the road Week 1 as they take on Etowah County rival Southside. The Gamecocks continued fall camp today, and as we mentioned yesterday, quarterback Zion Webb is back for 7th season. With his return, that opens up a battle for the quarterback position. Logan Smothers transferred into the Gamecocks from Nebraska. Smothers is from Muscle Shoals, so has had a chance to return to the state when he had the transfer portal. He has battled injury as of late, but Coach Richrod talked to us about what stands out to him about Logan Smothers.
You know, he's still coming back from the labrum shoulder, and so his arm is not at full strength, but he's a really sharp guy, competitive, and the progress he's made just in a month here has been really good. And like I said, with him and Tayshawn and Zion, we're gonna have 3 guys I think we can play in the game. I remember him from high school. I was at Ole Miss, and remember when he was coming out of high school, and followed him a little bit when he's at Nebraska. You know, he's intelligent. He's a competitor. He can run and throw, and so I think his best football is going to be out. He's, like I said, he's a fast learner too. He kind of gets it.
With Smothers, Webb, and redshirt freshman Tayshawn Smoot all battling it out in fall camp for the starting quarterback role, Coach Richrod talks about how to get all 3 of them reps in practice.
I think because the way we practice with our tempo, you know, we could get 3 groups probably as many reps as most team would do just their first group, you know, and that was a thought that you would normally think, how do you get 3 guys reps? But because of our pace and the way we go, we get a lot of plays in practice. If we didn't have our tempo, it would be a concern, but I'm not concerned with it now.
Coming up tomorrow at the Anniston Country Club is the 5th annual Calhoun County Football Media Day, and EAN Sports will be there to bring you interviews with all of your favorite coaches. There you see the schedule for tomorrow's Media Day. Check out the list and see where your favorite team is, and you can come out to the Anniston Country Club and support your team. Follow along on the East Alabama Now Facebook page and YouTube channel all throughout the day tomorrow for interviews with the coaches. That's it for sports. Let's head back over to Mike and Katie.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News.
You can find us here online every weekday evening starting around 6:30 on either Facebook or YouTube. Just go to our video feed and watch the news whenever it's convenient for you. We're working hard to try to build our audience, and you can help us by liking and sharing these newscasts.
We'll see you back here Friday for your news on your schedule.